You know, I thought American Ninja 4, The Annihilation, was bad. No, I didn't even hit the fucking target with that. American Ninja 5, this is a bad fucking movie. I'm trying to remember to put clips of this James Liu guy who is trying to be fucking, what is it, trying to be looking like fucking Blank Man. Damon Wayans needs to sue somebody, or some Power Rangers to get this guy. I get to that. Anyway, American Ninja 5. Now, American Ninja 5, I believe, was one of the very last films Canon released. Canon, of course, great film company that released a lot of solid action films back in the day. Films like Chuck Norris, Charles Bronson, among many others. And it's directed by someone named Bobby Jean Leonard. I almost want to say Bobby Joe, but Bobby Jean Leonard, which apparently this is the only film they've done. So I don't know if they made up this name or they just retired after this. Now the thing about American Ninja 5, for those who don't know, again, it stars David Bradley as Joe Castle. Now the thing is, this film, it was not intended to be American Ninja 5. It was going to be a film called American Dragons, which makes sense because, okay, you have this guy who's started off doing American Ninja, and he did another film called American Samurai, which I think had Mark Dacascos in it. Never seen it, although I've heard it sucked. So then they made another American one, American Dragons. I think one working title was Little Ninja Man. But apparently, I'll get to that. So it was not going to be a sequel. That's why David Bradley does not play Sean from American Ninja 3 and 4. He plays a character named Joe Castle. I didn't, because this was not supposed to be it, but then they looked at it, and then they had the title changed, which happens a lot. It's like some of those cursed sequel films. I think House 3 was not really supposed to be House 3, but they said, fuck it, we don't put it House 3, to try to trick people and get more money. It sucks when they do that, but that's what they do. So again, I can't really blame David Bradley for doing this film, because he didn't think he was doing another American Ninja film. They tricked his ass. To be honest, they tricked his ass. So we have a film that's not supposed to be American Ninja 5, but they put the fucking title of that on there to try to get people who were fans of the previous films. Now, the other thing about this film is you can absolutely see that this was 1993. They really tried to make this a family film, meaning like Three Ninjas, Ninja Turtles, Surf Ninjas, that certain family, because you have this little kid. This one is a kid, Lee Reyes, who I think is the brother of Ernie Reyes Jr., who is the star of Surf Ninjas. He was Kino in Ninja Turtles 2. Well, Ernie Reyes Jr., his brother, Lee Reyes, got his start in this film. And this came out, I think, the same year as Surf Ninjas, 1993, because this kid is playing a fucking Game Gear, just like one of the kids in fucking Surf Ninjas is playing a fucking Game Gear. Yeah, that really sells it. A shitty video game system and a shitty film, hand in hand. I know you see my chest here, but okay, maybe not, but I need to get some water. I thought American Ninja 4, The Annihilation, was bad. It is bad, but at least it had Michael Dudikoff. Well, he only came in halfway through, but at least Michael Dudikoff was in there, doing some stuff. Not too much, but a little bit of stuff. Here, though, again, because it was not supposed to be American Ninja, of course, you have no one, absolutely no one, from the first film, really. No Michael Dudikoff, and no Steve James. Which is fucking sad. Again, you get basically a half-ass version. It's like you take Karate Kid, Cop and a Half, and Surf Ninjas, and try to fit into an American Ninja flick. Which, the other films were rated R. I would damn Skippy pretty damn sure this is PG-13 flick. But yeah, it was supposed to be called American Dragons. Okay, I know, I'm not getting into the plot yet. As if that fucking matters. But you have David Bradley and this other guy training. Kind of silly training. Which, maybe that's how they do, but it's weird. It's like you did this circle with a fucking tennis ball. Tour! Hiya! And then you did like a sword with apples, and you gotta hit the apple. Okay, you know, so you don't slice your hand. But what's the thing with, oh, here's a little like tennis ball. Tour! The whole gist of the plot is you have this scientist guy, he came up with this new pesticide, but then if you turn it up a few notches, it becomes a nerve gas. Bad guys want to use this as a weapon, scientist doesn't want to do that. The bad guys, this is how evil they are, they're going to test it on a puppy. Yes, a puppy. And the scientist, no, I have my moral obligations. And so they don't want to kidnap his daughter. But before you get to that, you're introduced to the ninja baddie, Viper, played by this guy named James Liu. Let's see, he was in Big Trouble in Little China. I think he trained Brad Pitt for the movie Fight Club. He actually trained Brad Pitt. He was in Best of the Best. He was in Rush Hour. He was in Lethal Weapon 4. He was in Tropic Thunder. So James Liu, Big Trouble in Little China. James Liu, you've seen him and stuff, and he's fucking pathetic in this movie because he comes out and he has fucking red shit on, and I remember one guy said he looks like a fucking half-assed version of M. Bison. To me, he looked like fucking you take Blank Man without the mask. I mean, I was going to say Power Rangers reject, but one, I know I have fans who are Power Ranger fans. But even Power Ranger villains have more shit going on than this motherfucker with this shitty ass outfit. And every time they have the sound effect, pew, when they vanish or when they arrive, it's like pew, pew, and then they're there. I'm like, why? Why? Pat Morita, I remember, I know another one of my best friends, Mike, OSB2, he reviewed this film. And I know he wasn't a fan of Pat, well, he didn't really like how Pat Morita was. Well, he's only in it for about 5 minutes total. And I was fine, because he basically talks like how he normally talks, like his normal speaking voice. He basically comes in, he has this kid, his like nephew or grandnephew, called Hero. That's his name, Hero. And David Bradley's there, you know, training. And basically, Pat Morita, it was, I guess, David Bradley's sensei. It says, I want you to watch this kid while you house sitting for me. Again, he's a very fucking shitty actor, this kid. Very fucking annoying. He can't act his way out of a paper bag. And he spent a lot of time with the fucking Game Gear, which, yeah, makes sense. Shitty system for a shitty movie. Game Gear sucks. I've tried playing it once, I'm like, want to bash it over my fucking head. But I couldn't, because it was part of the store. So it was back in the day when you could actually test games in the store. Well, you can now, but I was testing games. You're like, fuck this. I was a little kid. I didn't say that, but I said, fuck this. And then Pat Morita, he vanishes. He makes that same sound. Pew, pew. What the fuck is the sound effect shit? And again, he's an entirely shitty actor because they try to bond. And David Bradley, again, he's not the greatest actor. To be honest, I like Michael Dudikoff a lot better than David Bradley, and especially Steve James. I mean, David Bradley, at least I could commend him for this. In this film, he has a lot more finesse in his fighting skills. He does his fighting scenes a lot better than in Part 3 or Part 4. I give him credit for that. Not so much for his acting, but fighting credit, okay. I mean, but still, he's, very, 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 very so crappy actor. But then the kid's worse. The kid makes David Bradley look good. I think that's the thing. Because the kid, Ernie Reyes Jr. did a fuck little better as Tino in Ninja Turtles 2 than this kid does in this fucking movie. He's like, I know those things too. Me, noticing girls. I'm like, great acting. But David Bradley, he had met this girl at the beginning who kind of fucked up his boat, and he's going to meet her for dinner. And then that's when she's the daughter of the scientist. She gets taken. David Bradley and the kid chase. And David Bradley, again, some decent fight scenes, because David Bradley has a lot more finesse in his fighting. I give credit to that. What's funny is when he fights these ninjas in the spear, they're blue ninjas. Blue costumes for some reason. I'll get to that too. But blue ninjas. But again, he has more finesse in his fighting, so decent. But then the kid drives the truck, and David has to hitch a ride. And it's like, well, the only driving I've done is on my Game Gear. Shove the Game Gear up your ass, please, then. Yeah, of course, it's a shitty game. This isn't for a shit movie. They get to the airport. I love if they're not ninjas, the bad guys are basically golfers. Meaning, they wear a fucking polo shirt and, they wear a white shirt and white shorts and polo shirts. Literally they're in a fucking country club. They're about ready to do some golf. White shorts and a polo shirt. All they need is a golf club and they're set. And these are supposed to be the bad guys. And then Viper, James Lou, has this big fucking medallion around him as he's fucking John Cena. And now he's going to go, you can't see me. And it's like, yeah, you can't see him because there's nothing there. There's no fucking acting. So they sneak on a fucking plane. And he sneaks on and his whiny ass goes, but you need me, Joe? What? To shine my fucking shoes? Get the fuck out of there, you shitty ass actor. But you need me, Joe? What again? Shine my fucking shoes. Lick my shoe. Lick my ass. Everything. Fucking go over the top of this so I'd not be bored on my reviewing it. This is literally one of those movies that just, American Ninja 4 is bad, but it's like, this is the opposite of it's fucking boring. As in, you review this film, you probably fall the fuck asleep. Just, well, the few fight scene, when the fight scene happens, decent. David Bradley has a little bit more finesse. I must admit that, but he's still not that much of an actor, at least to me. I mean, American Ninja 3, I could probably deal with more because Steve James is in there, but he's not much of an actor. I'll be flat out honest. But they arrive, and I guess Venezuela, and David Bradley as Joe Castle, I guess, whatever, with a K. He gets arrested, has some back and forth with the kid, who's fucking annoying. Kid's like, what was that? The guy's in fucking jail. What was that? What, you need my help? I'm like, come over here, I'll stick your head up your ass. Then you can help yourself get the fuck out of it. Fucking kids. Again, it's like a shit. Cop and a half, fucking surf ninjas, 3 ninjas mixed together. And that's a bad combination. I forgot what the fuck happened. Oh yeah, he gets transported. The kid follows him on a bicycle. He gets in front of the van and he flies head first into a fucking fruit stand. He steals the van. He gets stopped. The bad guys shoot the van. They open the door, and it's a van. Right, a fucking van. They open the door and there's nothing in there. They open the door, you see there's nothing in there. Did you see the fucking ceiling of the fucking van? Then you see the bad guys just looking, and then it cuts to David Bradley like taking most of the fucking frame of the van, kicking them and beating their ass. I'm like, Cobra dead? Ninja magic my ass. They didn't say that, but I'm just... I don't know. I don't care. I love like David Bradley's like, if you don't hit me hard. I swear to God he says it like that. If you don't hit me hard. Just fuck him and get over with. And then fucking Viper shows up in his fucking Blake Man outfit. And then you got green ninjas now. Green ninjas, which they look like fucking, they do look like fucking pajamas. And then later on, you got purple ninjas. And later on, you got white ninjas. For a second, I thought I was playing the fucking Ninja Turtles video game, where, you know, the Foot Clan members, like, oh, there's white, and then there's blue ones. Like, at least they had a purpose. Like, the ones threw fucking frisbees that killed my ass all the time, pissed me off, and one threw stars, and one was fucking fast. I don't know why they're color-coded. Maybe to be more like a family film, because there's no violence. I would guarantee this has to be PG-13. Freedom for families. Believe me, you watch this, your kid will hate you. But then fuck you, Dad. Fuck you, Mom. Fuck you and Renee. Here's your cookie. I don't need your cookie. You fucking show me American Ninja 5. Take the cookie and shove it up your mouth. You get no cookie for tonight, so you gotta watch this. Fuck you, eat. Take your cookie, shove it up your ass. I don't need my cookie. I'm 5 years old. I'm watching American Ninja fucking 5. V as in for viciousness. As in your kid will be vicious if they watch this fucking movie. They'll hate your guts. And like David Bradley beats some ninjas, but you tell sometimes they don't connect. Like you see some gaps, like when you kick someone, you see like there's an actual gap. But you know, they do the moves. I mean, once in a while you see that. And then like for some reason, like he's walking trying to get the kid because they got the kid, and it's been like a minute, and all of a sudden they have these fucking traps. Like they have like one of those things you see in ninja films where like it goes back and forth with like, it's one of those pillar things with spikes and shit in it that goes back and forth on a rope, and you have to dodge through all them. Then everybody's like, I swear to God, he's like doing the fucking lambada and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck did these come from? It was like a minute. What, ninjas? What, the fucking MacGyver shit? Wish MacGyver was in this movie. Fuck everybody up. They get separated, and the kids trying, where's the embassy? Where's the embassy? I'll give you my Game Gear. You tell me where the embassy is. And then they get back together. Then you get the purple ninjas. And David Bradley fights some purple ninjas. It literally does look like they're wearing pajamas. Like, you put a fucking rope when you go out after a shower. Or, it really does look like pajamas. And then you get a little story like, apparently this Viper guy had killed that kid's father. And the medallion he's wearing, it was his father's. And then David Bradley rescues his kid. And he actually says the line, "We were attacked by 5 purple people eaters." I repeat, he says, "We were attacked by 5 purple people eaters." That's a quote in a fucking American Ninja movie. Which I know it's not meant to be one. But it is what it is now. We were attacked by 5 purple people eaters. So David Bradley starts teaching the kid kung fu, ninjutsu I should say. And Pat Morita reprises for a little bit to tell the kid, hey, remember your dad that you trained with, and Viper is this guy, he's a douchebag. And after training, they sneak in, they steal some ninja outfits, they fight some of the polo shirt wearing motherfucking guys, and these are the lines of dialogue. The kid says, "Oh, sure thing, dude. Master. You're really trying for 3 ninjas, surf ninjas type bullshit. It really is. And I don't like surf ninjas. I'm a big fan of Ninja Turtles, granted. I'm not a fan of surf ninjas. I'm sorry. I'm not." And they grab the girl, and you have a little bit of action, like the kid gets on a fucking dinner cart that David Bradley pushes, and the kid kicks on the dinner cart thing. They escape. They go to the embassy, and David Bradley says stay there, but the embassy guy is also a bad guy, so he takes the kid there. David comes in. He even uses a fucking slingshot on the bad guy. Again, more for that PG-13 family shit. And then they're fighting white ninjas in this very cheap-ass warehouse. It's fucking almost completely white. The A-Team had better fucking sets. The TV show had better sets than this movie. It's fucking pathetic. And they fight the white ninjas now. And then David Bradley fights the Viper guy, and he gets his ass kicked. And the kid gets his ass kicked too. But then they get up and they get the girl and the scientist out. The kid gets on a plane, and David Bradley chases after it because Viper's on there. And they have David Bradley has a little bit of fight with the guy on the plane. And it ends with the kid shoots a slingshot of his medallion onto fucking James Liu, the M. Bison wannabe looking fucking Blight Man. Might as well call him Blight Man wannabe, just without the fucking thing. Shoots him slingshot with the medallion, and then David Bradley, I swear, it's like a fucking bandage with fire. Like a little bandage with fire he just tosses on him. For a second you probably think it's a fucking condom that was on fire. But no, it's a little fucking bandage on fire that tosses on him. And the guy flies out, of course. And then somehow the kid knows how to fly a plane too. So he can fly, he can drive trucks, said. All sorts of shit, and now he can fly planes. Didn't really explain it. If he said it was fucking Game Gear, it jumped out of my brain and shoved up someone's ass because I didn't want to hear that shit. So now he can fly a plane too, and they're back. And then Pat Morita comes back for the other 30 seconds of his screen time. And even now the kid does the pew, reappearing, disappearing shit as David Bradley kisses the girl. Pew! There he is. Pew! He disappears. I'm like, what the fuck? And I know this isn't even going to be as long of a rant as American Ninja 4, but I can honestly say this is the worst one of the group. Just what more can I say? Wasn't meant to be American Ninja. And you get a half-ass villain. James Liu looks fucking ridiculous in his outfit. Like if he was at a costume party, he would be laughed out of the building. That's how pathetic it is. Was he Captain Invincible? Is he fucking... Something with Captain, that would be his fucking name. Captain Crunch, Captain Shithead, Captain Bitch, I don't know. Fucking Blight Man wannabe motherfucker. I don't know, for some reason it just made me think of, I don't know what, just because it's how fucking goofy it looked. And you got shitty villain, crappy non-existent plot, of course. PG-13, so all the violence, none of it's in there. Trying to be like fucking surf ninjas and three ninjas and all this kitty shit. Introduce a very crappy child actor, Reyes. He has a handful of little fight scenes, but really nothing to run home about. Ernie Reyes Jr. definitely beats him in that department. David Bradley, he's still his same so-so kind of crappy actor. The only thing decent is that his fight scenes a little bit more finessed. I will say I do credit him in his fight scenes. I do. But when he's fighting fucking purple ninjas, like literally looks like they're wearing bathrobes, that's not saying much. A soundtrack that sounds like it's out of a fucking Disney movie or something out of the fucking Disney Channel. Pat Morita's in there literally for 5 minutes at most. And just this back and forth between David Brown and this kid that is just incredibly horrible fucking actor. Horrible back and forth. Trying to get these two to bond with each other, it just does not work. Because you got two, I'll face it, bad actors. They try to make jokes, it's not funny. Lame villains, lame story, lame music. None of that George S. Clinton, like trucking dun 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 from American Ninja 2. I know it wasn't supposed to be. If it was an American Ninja 5, it would still suck because it seems like it was a very low budget, bad acting, half-ass acting by pretty much everybody. Pat Morita, I mean, he's there for 5 minutes, there's not much he can do. David Bradley, again, good in the fighting, not so good in the acting department. What more can I say? The movie fucking sucks ass. So yeah, American Ninja 5, purple people eating fucking ninjas. What more can I say? Purple people eating ninjas. Reyes is a pussy. And James Liu is a fucking joke as a villain in this movie. And as American Ninja sequel is even worse. Yeah. Again, a sequel in name only. Either way, it's still pure shit. Dog shit. Dog shit. So fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. V as in Valium. It really is a fucking Valium. If you get excited, pop this movie in and it'll go away. Because it'll be bored to tears. Once in a while, a decent fight scene. But I can watch literally a dozen movies right off the bat. I can watch Rage and Ride with Gary Daniels. I can watch Drive with Mark Dacascos. I can watch Command Performance with Dolph Lundgren. Well, hell, all the classics that with Dolph Lundgren. I can watch American Ninja 1, 2, even fucking 3 with Steve James. Steve James alone in American Ninja 3 is better than anything in this fucking movie. Michael Dudikoff, his teeny bits in American Ninja 4 is better than anything in this fucking movie. Anyway, fuck this movie. If you liked it, that's cool. But what can I say? What can I say? Purple people, eater, fucking purple costume ninjas. That pretty much sums it up. So thanks for watching, and take care. Later.